So now I want to adjust. I guess I can probably do that later on, right? I can do, see the margins for these here, they're still a little bit too much. So we can work on that later on. So now let's um let's go add the menus item that we want to have. So let's go back here and we're gonna go to the main menu and want to click on new. We want to add some menu items. So let's have men's shirt, and we want to click on select. I can change this later on. I'm just using this for now. Men's shirt. We want to click on save and new. And then women's jackets. Want to click here, menu item type, select again. Again, I'm not connecting anything yet. I just want you to show you the menus that's going to be on the front end, just so you can see how it works. And then let's click on save and new. We're going to connect all this to the actual product pages. And now let's go to juices, blends, okay? And I'm just selecting anything here. And then one more, let's click on save and new. All right, let's select the category. There we go. So let's click here, save and new. Again, we're building the front end menus that you're going to see in just a moment. So let's go to hats, beanies, the beanies. Okay, and then let's just come select. Go to article, featured article. And then let's click on save. So let's go on the front end so you can see what's happening now. So you go on the front end. Now you have your menus set. Okay, as you're building your store, your menus have been set that you can be able to use. If you click on this right now, you're not going to be able to see anything just yet. Okay, we're not able to see anything just yet, but I want us to get the menu set up. So let's go back here and let's create. Let me go to save and new, and then let's just create contact. We're going to create a simple contact page for people to be able to contact you through. And let's go to save and close. Now I want to be able to, so when you go back to the front and you refresh it, now you notice here that this here is taking too much space, right? So you have one of two options. How do you fix this, Matthew? Great question. Now you don't see this here, so let's click on save. And then you have to refresh the page, and then you're going to be able to see it show up like that. One of the ways you can do that is you can either just drag this over like that, but if you drag it over, then you would have to adjust the size of the logo, right? And we want to keep that logo that size. So another way we can be able to do this is I am going to shorten where it says women's. I'm just going to shorten that to women's. So now when you refresh it, you have more space. And then I'm just going to come here too. I like how that looks, hat. Okay, so now that looks okay. We'll also adjust that later on. So what I want to do now is I want to make some other changes here. Do I want to change the color? Let me see if I change this here. Okay, so we're gonna make some changes right now to this, right? So I want to change this header. I want to give it a little more oomph, right? Let's see. Can I do the same thing here for this one? Okay, I can do that. So let's do this. Let's make this site pop a little bit more. Let's change this background color. Okay, I want to change this to, instead of being a white, we can do a gradient, right? See that gradient, how that looks? Well, the start color, we can start off right here. We can start off right here. Or we can just make that one color. So now you have a gradient. I'm just showing you again the possibilities that you can be able to have. So if you don't want your header to just look so plain and simple, you can do that. So I'm going to keep that gradient, that first gradient right there, and then I can choose another gradient, something like that, right? So now that gradient actually works really great. And then I'm going to change the font colors design. I want to change that to be white. So now the menus are white, right? The menu colors are actually white. So I'm going to click on save here. I can change this icon colors right here. Let's go over. Let me move this. So you want to look at what you're doing. So let's change that to white. And let's change this one to white as well. Now they have a hover. When you hover over it, it gives you a different color. But we'll worry about that later on. Let's change this logo right here. Let's change this to, let's make this one here. Let's make this white as well, because that's going to pop up a little more. So I'm going to click on save. Again, you can see now. So this is what we started with, and this is what we have. You know, I think this adds a little more flair, a little more color, you know, to the site. So your shop is coming along pretty good. They can place their orders almost, right? So next, we want to be able to come and we want to be able to add another column here, another section. Now with this section here, we want to have this section to be, let's just have this section here to be 1. You could always have one section, or you can be able to add multiple columns and rows with it. And then let's just come in, let's click to add. And then we're going to locate the shop. So as you scroll through here, you can be able to see all the different stuff that you can add, like for the apps, the categories, the content filters, and all those. We can add like a post slider. And then let's choose here for the post slider. We have products. So now, just like that, you've added products to your post. Okay, so now we're going to be able to add another plugin here. Let's add in a header. Matter of fact, let's do this right here. Let's add in this one. So far right now, people can be able to buy your store. So let's go over, look at the front end, see what we've got so far. So this is what your store looks like. So just like that, your site, people can be able to add to cart. So if I click add to cart here, it's going to show up. So let's do something. Let's make this header fix. Okay, I like to make this header fix. So instead of being classic, I want this to be fixed. The reason I want it to be fixed, and I have to make some adjustments here with this other image. We want to be able to make sure that instead of 100, let's put in 300, right? 300, okay. Let's try 350. Let's try 350. So 350 gives you a little more space on the header right there. So now that we've had this fixed, before, as you scroll down, when I add to the cart, right, nothing, like you don't see, but let's refresh this page. Once you refresh it, and then you scroll down, the header stays fixed. The header stays fixed. So that means that when I click here and I add to cart, it's going to say, do I want to add this? You see how simple it is? Just like this, you can get your store going. You click, you can either click checkout. So it's already added to the cart. You can click checkout. We're not checking out right now. So now this is the item that's in someone's cart. And even if you have just a few number of products, if this is all that you're able to accomplish, let me talk to you guys here for a minute, right? If this is all that you're able to accomplish with your store, right? So far, we've been able to set up Joomla. We've been able to install the Gridbox extension. Again, go buy the Gridbox extension to build the store. We've been able to set it up just like that within a few clicks. If this is all that you're able to do, you can start to sell your products right now. You don't have to wait for weeks, for months. In less than 1 hour. The reason why it's taking an hour to do this is because I have to talk through and walk through, but your store is already set to go. This is incredible, right? You're building an online store that you can start selling your products right now. People can buy from anywhere in the world, So let's get back. So again, make sure you're sharing this video, please. You're liking, and let's get the likes up. Let's really get the likes up. I definitely appreciate it. Let's get the likes. So let's get back here to the training.